I'd like to really thank Altair Paramount for our sponsor gift, the reusable shopping bag. Since we're in the state of California, we all need those. Thank you very much. That's pretty cool. We also would like to recognize our centerpiece sponsor, the gas company, is not in attendance. Our representative, Julia Emerson, is the public affairs manager for the gas company. She's always been a great supporter of Paramount, so thank you, the gas company, for supporting this event. So I've got a ton of introductions to make, and I'd love to ask everybody not to applaud till we're done, and there's quite a few of them. A lot of people here today. From the City of Paramount, I'd like to have, and please stand as I call your name, the Vice Mayor and Executive Director for the Paramount Chamber, Peggy Lemons. Let's hold the applause, please.
I'm so sorry, but our mayor wasn't going to be here, and then he was able to make it, so he's not on your list, Gary.
Okay. And our perfect mayor for the City of Paramount. Thank you very much. Let's hold our applause, please. We also have Council Member Diane Martinez, Council Member Jean Daniels. Where are you, Jean? There we go. Hi, Jean. Council Member Tom Hansen. There we go. And City Manager John Marino. Thank you. From the Paramount Unified School District, we have Board President Linda Garcia. Hi, Linda. We have the Vice President, Vivian Hansen. Board members, Tony Pena. There's Tony. Board member, Alicia Anderson. And board member, Sonia Cuellar. And of course, one of my favorite, Superintendent, Dr. Ruth. I love saying that, Dr. Ruth Perez. We have some elected officials here. Genesis Coronado representing Councilwoman Lucille Roybal Allard. There we go. We have Tonya Martin representing Senator Ricardo Lara. Veronica Ledesma representing Speaker for the Assembly Anthony Rendon. I don't see her there. Linda Johnson representing the LA County Supervisor Janice Hahn. From the LA County Sheriff's Department, we have Lieutenant Scott Hogland. There we go, thank you very much. Representing the Compton Community College District, Keith Curry, the Compton Community College District Provost and CEO. We have Deborah LeBlanc, the Compton Community College Board of Trustee Vice President. Thank you. We have Sonia Lopez from the Compton Community Board of Trustee member. Thank you. Dr. Rodney Murray from the Student Learning Center, District Dean of the Student Learning Center. And we have Dr. Bijou, who, thank you for that pronunciation. I was going to have a hard time there, from the District Deans of Student Learning. Okay. We also have Tony Grijalva from the Cerritos College Community Relations Manager. Thank you. Wanda Love, President of the Gardena Chamber of Commerce. Christine Guerrero, Public Affairs Manager and Legislative Director for the LA County League of California Cities. Sally Hazard, the Executive Director for SECA. We have Kurt Kane, Executive Director for SASFA. I thought aerospace had a lot of these things. We have April O'Connor, President of the Teachers Association of Paramount. There's April. Representing the Paramount Chamber, our Senior Vice President John Tankledge from Maricon Vinegar. Vice President Brenda Almos from Apple Care Medical Group. We also have Treasurer Dr. Max Martinez. Hey, Dr. Max. Past President Leonard Crespo from Total Western. Hey, Leonard. We have Director Ben Berg from Transcom Telecommunications. We have Paul Dennis, Director from Weber Metals. Hey, Paul. We have Bill Kelpikoff from CalMet Services. I heard him laughing. I know he's here. He's always laughing. Director Daniel Griffith from SC Fuels. And Director Bill Winters from Altair. And again, thank you, Altair, for helping with the gifts. And last but not least, we have our hardworking, we also have Captain Castellano from the LA County Sheriff's Department. Thank you, Captain. We have Ambassador Chair Anina Brown from Altair. Secretary Enrico Estudio Del Ponce from Wavefront Technology. Dr. Linda Timmons, Advocates for Family Unity. Wow. Margaret Garcia, teacher for Paramount High School, Unified School District, rather. Okay, now we can all clap. Yeah. It's a really great crowd today. I'd like to ask Pastor Brian Worth of the Chapel of Change Church to please come forward and give the invocation.
Good to be here. Let's pray. Lord God, thank you for this time to gather, and we are blessed to be in such an awesome city. We pray your continued blessing over the state of the city, over every aspect of this city, over the businesses, the education department, the churches, the volunteers, the government. May your hand of blessing and prosperity be upon it. In Jesus' name, amen.
The Chamber now hosts a monthly workshop put on by SBDC, LBCC that includes a wide range of topics, all targeted at growing a business. You can visit the Chamber website, event calendar for more information on these workshops. They're really quite helpful. We also host an SBDC counselor who provides free one-on-one business counseling every Wednesday at the Chamber office. It's a very useful tool. Our on-site counselor is Charlie Lowe. He specializes in business startups, marketing, and e-business, business planning, government contracting, technology, and international trade. He has 30 years of experience in small business and international trade and has done business in 45 countries throughout Asia, Europe, Middle East, and Latin America. He's a very knowledgeable gentleman. I'm sure you've all visited the newly renovated downtown, and it's not going to be much longer before all those new restaurants will be open. That's pretty cool. We can all take advantage of some outdoor dining at the Clearwater Crossing. Over the next year, the Chamber will be working with new businesses that have come to town to help them with promotion and getting to know this wonderful community. We'll continue to work with existing businesses, creating opportunities for them to connect with the community and play a positive role in this great city. There's a whole lot of great things happening in the Chamber, and we're very proud to be an active partner. At this time, I would like to call to the microphone Dr. Perez for a few words. Thanks, Doc.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my honor to be here with you today representing the Paramount Unified School District. I must share with you that in these very interesting times when we are sometimes separated in our opinions, I want to remain focused on our district objectives. So, as you can see, I am wearing neither red nor blue. No, not because of political preferences, but because I do not know if you are a patriot or a falcon. But all kidding aside, just like the Super Bowl, which is a national institution that transcends sport, the Paramount Unified School District is our very own institution, which goes beyond simply providing a basic education, as we are entrusted with the achievement of all of our students and with the preparation that will lead to their successful future. Paramount Unified is a collaboration of educators, staff, and families working together to serve the children of this community. We are united in our shared goal to position each and every student to excel in college, in their careers, and in life, and hopefully even come back to Paramount after finishing their college education or career training to give back to this wonderful community. Central to our efforts are the members of our Board of Education, and I would like them to stand, please. President Linda Garcia, Vice President Vivian Hansen, members Alicia Anderson and Tony Peña. Also present are members of my executive cabinet who helped me to run the district, Dr. Debbie Stark, Mr. Ruben Frutos, and Dr. Ryan Smith. Since I last stood before you, I have spent a year listening and learning about this wonderful district. I grew up in New York City after my parents moved from Puerto Rico when I was a child. I was an English language learner before we had bilingual resources in our public schools. After learning and experiencing our district this year, I must share with you that your children, our students, are provided resources such as technology, information access, innovations, special academic programs, books, and scholarship opportunities unparalleled to when you and I went to school. Imagine that in your time and mine, we had the tools that our students have today. I often joke that if I had access to these things when I was a student, I would have turned out a lot smarter. But I think I turned out okay. Over the last year, we continue to make exceptional strides in the education of our students. That is due to the hard work of every dedicated employee who are more like caring family members in our district. We began the school year by bringing together a group of stakeholders representing teachers, our Teachers Association, students, parents, our Board of Education, administrators, and community members to begin developing a strategic plan for the district. The strategic plan will guide our work as it creates a vision for moving the district to new heights in achievement. The Strategic Plan Committee has decided on 4 areas of focus that will encompass the strategic plan. They are college and career-ready graduates, high-quality teaching and learning, parent and community partnerships, positive school climate, and environments conducive to learning. I have used these 4 focus areas to provide you with this update on the state of our schools. The first area of emphasis is college and career-ready graduates. It is our commitment to ensure that all Paramount Unified School District graduates are prepared for success in both the college and career of their choice. To do this, we foster a college-going culture, provide support and opportunities for our students to pursue their post-secondary goals. To support these efforts, our Board of Education approved for over 4,000 students to take the PSAT and SAT at no cost. Additionally, they approved free Kaplan SAT prep classes for interested students. As a result, we found that students who took the Kaplan courses scored 90 points higher than those that did not. In partnership with the College Board, I am confident that our students will continue to benefit from these incredible opportunities. We have continued to expand AVID classes in middle and high school. In the fall, we will actually be expanding it to elementary school students. AVID stands for Advancement via Individual Determination. AVID is a national program, and research has shown that 98% of students who enroll in AVID graduate from high school on time. Additionally, 80% of them enroll in a 4-year college or university. We provided college and university field trips for AVID students. Recently, we also took all 5th graders to visit a few junior colleges, and all 7th graders will be visiting UCLA this month. An excellent math, science, and technology achievement program whose state funding was cut a few years ago is one that continues to thrive in the Paramount Unified School District. Our Board of Education is committed to STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, and to the MESA program. Last year, nearly 400 students participated in training and instruction under college professors at Cal State Long Beach, thanks to the MESA program. The program continues serving students on Saturdays in our district. These Beautiful pictures on the screen are examples of the experiences we provide our students throughout the year. On the left are young ladies learning about careers in manufacturing thanks to Ace Clearwater and Gary, who provide this experience for our students every year. Students learn about manufacturing and how to go about pursuing various careers they were not aware of existed before. Also on the right are students visiting and learning about USC. On the left bottom, culinary art students cooking at Paramount High School. It looks like French fries. And middle school students attending a UCLA basketball game. I knew we would get that. The state reports graduation data a year behind, which is why this chart ends with the graduating class of 2015. We expect to receive 2016 data in March. However, as you can see from the graph, the district is continuing a positive trajectory, improving graduation rates each year. We're proud to expand our college and career centers now at all of our high schools with full-time counselors as we instill an achievement culture and push our kids to tap into their limitless potential to plan after high school graduation. College and career readiness extends well beyond our high school student and in fact starts with our young learners. As mentioned earlier, we have expanded AVID classes to the middle school and plan to expand it to elementary schools in the fall. But our children are much more than test scores or graduation rates. Our children are not data. They are the bright future of our community. And with that, I'd like to introduce you to a few of them.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Aragon, and I currently attend Paramount High School West Campus, and I'm a freshman. And the college I'd like to attend is Harvard University. And I'd like to attend Harvard University because I'd like to become a pediatrician. I'd like to become a pediatrician because I would like to learn all the diagnoses that you can diagnose children.
Hi, my name is Angelina Rivera. I currently attend Paramount High School West Campus. I am a 9th grader. I plan on going to UCLA, and I want to become a neurologist because I find the brain interesting and I want to study what's going on.
Hello, my name is Ariana Montano. I am in the 8th grade AVID, and I attend Leona Jackson School, and I would like to become a psychiatrist. The university I would like to attend when I am older is Stanford University or Cal State Fullerton. The reason why is because I like helping people, verbally talking to them, and this will be a great impact on my family. So when they have problems, they can come to me and I can give them my advice or any tips that I learned from the job I want to do.
My name is Jamari Griffin. I am in 3rd grade and I go to Mokley Elementary School. When I grow up, I want to be a police officer to save people's lives and be a good person. Some of my goals are to be respectful to all teachers, have pride in my heart, and work hard.
These bright students and many more like them only reaffirm our commitment to providing high-quality teaching and learning in all of our schools. Speaking of high-quality teaching and learning, Paramount students are provided with daily instruction that is rigorous, standards-based, relevant, and personalized. As a result, our schools continue to be recognized at the state and national levels. The Gold Ribbon Award is given to schools that have made tremendous gains in addressing the state's education priorities and have test scores that are higher than the state averages and show improvement each year. I am happy to say that Hollydale School, Collins Elementary School, and Mogler Elementary were awarded the Gold Ribbon for this achievement. An award of distinction was given by the California School Board Association in San Francisco to Jefferson School for their work on building resiliency among their students by developing growth mindsets where students believe that they can achieve and are encouraged to never give up. At the national level, the Schools to Watch Awards are given to identified schools that are academically excellent and structured for success. These schools develop confident and capable adolescent citizens. They differentiate instruction for all learners and provide effective interventions to struggling students and English learners. Schools may continue to receive this award if they meet the criteria each year. If so, they are redesignated as schools to watch. We are proud to say that Alondra Middle School, Jackson School, and Zamboni Middle School were redesignated last year. These pictures on the screen are of the schools in Sacramento and Washington, D.C., accompanied with staff, our board members, receiving these high honors. Technology. Our vision for technology is to ensure that every student has access to a device, that the home of every family we serve is connected to the internet, and that our classrooms and school environments are equipped with the tools and infrastructure necessary for the seamless integration of technology into every facet of the work that is done in the district. We see technology as a tool that will enhance, accelerate, and personalize learning for all of our students. It is also a means for fostering collaboration and communication among our key stakeholders. We are continuing to update our facilities and strengthen technology to give our students the best tools possible to succeed. Over the summer, the district installed new Wi-Fi technology at Paramount High School, and we have already started upgrading wireless connectivity there. Through the gracious funding and support of our wonderful community, Measure I was passed in November. Paramount Unified received the highest approval rating in the state of all districts with bond measures. 84% of the community approved supporting our schools with Measure I. As a result, $106 million will allow us to continue updating our facilities to ensure our students have access to safe and comfortable learning environments. Additionally, it will provide the digital tools for students, an important aspect of their college and career readiness and preparation. Then, Prop 51 was also supported by voters in the state, and the Board of Education and I lobbied to secure this funding. That will allow the district to apply for matching funds to these bond dollars to accomplish even more than is planned. We are truly blessed with the support of many community organizations. Just to name a few, and this is but a few, the Paramount Education Partnership, or PEP, is an alliance between the City of Paramount and the school district. It is dedicated to providing programs like homework help to increase academic achievement. This partnership also provided scholarships for graduating seniors. Last year, $87,000 in scholarship money were awarded to 24 seniors. Paramount Rotary, of which I am a proud member, partnered with Vision to Learn, and as a result, every child received a free eye exam at Los Cerritos Elementary School, and over 100 students received free glasses. The next school slated for this partnership support is Collins Elementary. The Elks Lodge donated over 1,000 dictionaries to all of our third graders in the district, and they do this every year. The school district is committed to developing and maintaining strong partnerships with the families and the community that we serve. We will engage our parents and community members in a meaningful way to impact student achievement. We're grateful for the partners that have joined us in support of our children. We could not reach our goals without the support of our parents and community. We are committed to ensuring that our schools are focused solely on teaching, learning, and student success. We will provide an environment that is safe, drug-free, and supportive of all students. These pictures are of our happy students at Los Cerritos with their new glasses. That is my favorite picture of the year. And our Board of Education and city officials dedicated a beautiful new track at Jackson School used by the students of Paramount and the community. I'd like to close with an example of just how special the Paramount Unified School District and community are. This is a picture of two members of the class of 2009, Gabby Robles on the right and Letty Sandoval on the left. This is a picture of them giving back to students at Jackson School. Gabby was Paramount's valedictorian and went on to graduate from UCLA. Letty was the senior class president and graduated from Cal State Long Beach. Gabby and Letty wanted to give back to their community by starting a local Girls on the Run club. Girls on the Run teaches young ladies like these students from Jackson important things like perseverance and teamwork, as well as the power of friendship and community. Gabby, Letty, and these students from Jackson trained together for 10 weeks before successfully completing a half marathon together. Not only did our students from Jackson get in better shape, they now have a bond with each other. A previous generation of graduates in Gabby and Letty, and with their community that will last a lifetime. Why did Gabby and Letty pick Jackson School? Because years ago, Gabby was a student in Principal Kelly Anderson's class when she was a teacher, and she kept in touch with one of her favorite teachers. That was the connection she used to begin this beautiful partnership. This is just one example of the difference that our work can make in the community. This is just one example, really, of who we are in the Paramount Unified School District. These achievements speak to the strength of our city and our resolve to create bright futures for our kids. On behalf of myself and the Board of Education, I want to sincerely thank the City of Paramount for your continued support and congratulate you on all that we have accomplished as a community. Thank you very much.
At this time, I'd like to please introduce the Honorable Mayor of Paramount, Daryl Hoffmeyer.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this. And I think first we should give a big round of applause to Vice Mayor Peggy Lemons for getting this all set up in this terrific lunch. Thank you for coming out today and showing your support for the Chamber and the school district and the city. Your interest in Paramount and your engagement in the community are very much appreciated. In a minute, our City Manager, John Marino, will give you a full picture of the state of our city. But I just want to mention the big project that we just completed late last year, and something we're very proud of, the redesign of our downtown area. Hopefully you've seen the new boulevard and like the fresh look and feel. Along with the beautiful remodel of Town Center West by Northgate Market, the upgrades have already attracted new tenants. AutoZone, Jamba Juice, WSS Shoes, Hiccups Cafe, and Yogurtland have all opened recently, and IHOP is not very far behind. Then down the street at Clearwater Crossing, the Habit, the Waba Grill, and Chipotle's will be opening this month. And if you got up early this morning and you drove down Paramount Boulevard, you seen the lights were on at the Habit. It's the biggest change and most activity along Paramount Boulevard in over 30 years, a sign of great things going on in our town. We are blessed in Paramount to have a strong community. Our residents, the school district, the churches, the businesses, and service clubs all work together, always trying to do the right thing. Even if we sometimes disagree on details, I truly believe we all want what's best for Paramount. I thank you again for being here. And now please welcome our City Manager, John Marino. And if you have any questions about air, this man has been on the air board for 33 months, and he knows all about it. Thank you, John.
Thanks, Joe.
Forgot this? Well, we all know who you are. You know. I was just going to say I'm very happy I made it this far with my tag still halfway on. So usually those things fall off by the time you get up here. So anyway, thank you very much, Mayor Hoffmeyer and President Johnson and chamber members. It's a great honor to be before you. My first one was last year, so this will be my second one, as you know. How many of you have ever seen National Lampoon's Vacation with Chevy Chase, or remember this song from the movie? Remember that? Okay. How many, or if you haven't, how many have ever been on a very long family road trip? Well, my first full year as city manager can be likened to one of those long family road trip vacations. You start your journey, everything is packed, the car smells wonderful, it smells clean, you're excited, everyone is happy. There are no mechanical problems since you've just pulled out of your driveway, but then as your journey begins, things start to happen along the way. Most are good, most are truly memorable, fun, and even adventurous. However, some maybe aren't. You come to learn that you face certain challenges on your journey. But just as Clark Griswold did in Vacation, you push on. You persevere and you make it to your destination. So come with me these next few minutes as I share with you the city's road trip during 2016. So before we pull out of our driveway, it's always good to make sure that our house is in order. And from a financial aspect, our house is definitely in order. We had another balanced budget in 2016 with a surplus of $285,000, which helped push our general fund reserve over the $12 million mark for the first time ever. A reserve fund, as I explained to you last year, is very important for government agencies. You really use this only for rainy days when you have a financial shortfall. And we've been very lucky so far not to have experienced that type of financial shortfall in a long time. The way we spend our money reflects the goals of the City Council. And as you can see, public safety is still the #1 priority. I expressed to you last year, it is our job to make sure that the city's funds are secure. So in 2016, we critically scrutinized some of our in-house financial practices using the experience that one city, Pasadena, went through 2 years ago. We interviewed them on the phone, and what we saw is that we have solid safeguards in place, and we also took this opportunity to institute a few new procedures that will bolster up these safeguards. But I'm still not satisfied, and so we're not stopping there. We've requested an additional independent review that will look at our accounts payable function to see if there's room for improvement, because we could always use room for improvement. Speaking of audits, people usually get a little bit nervous when they're about to be audited, and this could be looked upon as a hiccup in our preparations for our road journey. But not us. In 2016, in addition to our standard annual audits, we were audited by the state government for specific grant money that we receive. And this audit was for our STAR after-school program that we received close to $2 million for each year. The audit was very stringent and looked at all of our programming and finances associated with this 11-year-old program. And I'm proud to say that we passed the audit with flying colors. Also in 2016, we settled a lawsuit that we filed against the state of California a few years ago. We sued them because when they got rid of redevelopment agencies, they refused to honor a standing agreement that we had in place. A judge agreed with us, the state appealed, and then we settled out of court. The settlement will ensure that the city will save $2.5 million in general fund money over the next 10 years. So while our financial condition looked solid in 2016, we also made sure that our house was structurally sound. We continue to make improvements to our facilities so they are top-notch for our residents and for others. We installed public Wi-Fi at 3 facilities, including this one. I don't know if you saw the sign on your way in. We put a new roof and a brand new air conditioning units here at Progress Park Plaza. We installed a new roof, lobby flooring, and restrooms at the community center. We added a new ADA-approved automatic sliding doors there at Spanny Park. And we also installed new field lights at All-America Park so that organized recreational activities can continue after dusk. We also lowered rental fees at many of our facilities for public use and added public access to 2 additional facilities. And as a result of these lower fees, the use of the community center by our residents for private functions has dramatically increased. And of course, we did the traditional infrastructure improvements like fixing sidewalks and paving and slurry sealing streets that we're known for. Now, due to the drought and a state law that prevented us from watering the grass on our street medians, much of the landscape over the last couple years has died. So in 2016, we started a new street-by-street program to replace the dead grass with drought-tolerant plants. And Downey Avenue was the first street to get this treatment, and others will follow in the years to come. So now that I've shown how we got our house in order, we're off on our journey. The first part of our exciting journey has to do with our premier project for 2016 and probably for this current decade, and that is the Downtown Urban Renovation Project that Mayor Hoffmeyer mentioned earlier. It was a $5 million project funded mostly by some former redevelopment bond money, as well as our Capital Reserve Fund. This is one of those projects that puts you on the map or redefines you as a city. In fact, I've had several other city managers compliment us on the project. To further help with this downtown transformation, the City Council last year approved changes to the municipal code that will help attract even more modern uses like brew pubs, art galleries, and cookware shops, and will outlaw uses that are not compatible with what we're trying to build in our downtown, like adult novelty and check cashing. This transformation project, as Mayor Hoffmeyer mentioned, and new policy direction that the City Council gave has helped to entice these national and regional chains to our downtown. As you might recall, we broke ground on the Clearwater Crossing restaurant project, which is at the northern end of our downtown. The first phase of those restaurants are scheduled to open later this month, and we're very excited for that. But this also brings us to our first bump in the road of our journey. We were excited that national chain Applebee's was coming to town. However, Applebee's ended up experiencing financial issues in California with profits down 10% among their restaurants statewide. Additionally, they saw construction costs increase and were looking at California's increasing minimum wage law. So before construction on their phase of the restaurant project started, Applebee's decided to pull out of all new deals in California, including ours. The developer for the restaurant site is now working to find a replacement and is narrowing down candidates, which we heard are very exciting, and we hope to have an announcement on that soon. Yet, just when we lost some luggage on our road trip, we were thrilled to hear the news that we picked up something new and IHOP came aboard, as they announced that they are coming to Paramount and signed a lease to locate in Town Center East next to Wells Fargo Bank. They should be opening by this summer. As I mentioned last year, economic development is the fuel that keeps our engine running on our journey. Economic development is truly important to the city, particularly with the loss of redevelopment 5 years ago. That is why our economic development team put a lot of effort last year into business attraction and retention, and it really showed. The team visited 4 businesses: AutoZone, Ross, the Yankovic Company, and Home Depot, and had a sit down with each of them to see how they're doing and to offer information and resources. All 4 businesses said that things are going well, and we were able to help them in minor ways like parking a decoy car in the parking lots and security lighting and removal of unauthorized clothing collection bins. In fact, the Home Depot manager stated that he's never had a city take such a proactive step and visit any of his stores just to check in on them. And he has worked, he told us, in many different locations in many different towns. The economic development team also held a broker's breakfast for commercial real estate brokers with 35 in attendance. At this breakfast, the city explained our vision for uses we'd like to see in commercial and retail centers. We offer the city's help in streamlining the approval and permitting process and use the downtown project as an example of how the city is willing to make an investment to help attract quality tenants. However, no matter how hard you try to make things go just right on your family road trip, you still hit a pothole every now and then, or something else happens beyond your control. This happened when we got the news that after 6 years operating in Paramount, TJ Maxx was leaving town to consolidate with their new home goods store in Downey. The news was a bit disappointing, but we soon learned that the vacated suite was already leased out to the rapidly growing chain Grocery Outlet. Grocery Outlet has stores in Lakewood, Downey, Whittier, and Long Beach, and they hope to open their Paramount store by early March. We understand also that, unlike TJ Maxx, Grocery Outlet likes to get involved in the community wherever they're doing business, which we're always happy to hear about that. In 2016, we also saw our 3rd Starbucks open on Rosecrans and Downey near the high school. And the Pizza Hut relocated from a tiny takeout location to a larger restaurant on Downey and Alondra, with table seating and beer and wine bar and an expanded menu. And Ono Hawaiian Grill, which is expanding from 60 to 80 restaurants this year, signed a lease to come to Paramount and will be locating right next to Pizza Hut, and they hoping to open up by summer of this year. In 2016, we also saw the incredible success of small businesses like the Horchateria Rio Luna on Alondra. In fact, they are already expanding and will soon be moving to a larger location in our downtown right next to Bank of California. So I'm going to show you, here's part of a video that ran on Channel 7 that highlights the amazing story that this young couple has had with their business.
It was kind of like a craving for both churros and horchata, and ever since we started dating, we always had an idea to do something different, like a different coffee shop or yogurt, something different, and it was just kind of one of those things where like, let's sell churros and horchata, and it was literally in bed.
And you guys actually went for it. I mean, people have ideas, but you guys did this.
Yes, yeah. It was definitely a really, really big challenge, but to be honest, we really didn't realize what we were doing until after we did it. We're like, oh my God, what did we just do, you know? So it was just like, we just knew it felt right, and we went for it. The number one thing was to make sure that it was in Paramount, because this is where David and I grew up, and growing up we didn't have places like this, so it was really, really, really important for us to make sure that we do it here in our city first. And with that, we get to help the community.
You walk into this place and you feel like you're in your grandmother's living room con la abuelita.
Definitely is Latino inspired. There's a lot of traditional icons, like the luchador on our wall, the loteria, and then our pan dulces, which are very traditional in the Mexican community.
So that just shows you how we embrace both small and large businesses. Other indicators that the Paramount economy is chugging along, just like our car on our family road trip there, include the continued dip in the local unemployment rate. The unemployment rate in 2015, as I shared with you last year, was at 6.8%. This year it dipped even further to 5.7%. You might recall that at the height of the recession, the local unemployment rate here in town was over 18%. On the residential side of things, the median property values in Paramount increased from $345,000 in 2015 to $400,000 in 2016. This upward trend has definitely spurred activity as a new 30-unit housing development got underway near the Home Depot. These homes will be sold for between $525,000 to $535,000. And just this week, work started on our latest residential development, an 8-unit housing project located at the corner of Indiana and Somerset, which will replace some very old and blighted buildings. Now, during our journey, we also want to make sure that we do our best to keep our family and loved ones safe during our road trip. As I stated earlier, the Paramount City Council has always made public safety its #1 priority. And last year, we shifted around some resources in public safety and created a new park patrol deputy. This deputy is assigned to patrol the parks, meet with little leaguers, and others, all in an effort to better the quality of life for our residents and park goers. Now, as you know, the city of Paramount is one of 5 cities that are serviced by the Lakewood Regional Sheriff Station. To ensure that Paramount's voice is being heard at the regional level, I've set up monthly meetings with the station captain, Captain Alan Castellano, with our team as well. Is Alan still here? Alan in the back? Want to wave your hand? There he is. In 2016, we continue with several proactive public safety inspections and programs that you see here. But we did experience a little bad weather in our road trip when it comes to public safety. And although our sheriff's deputies do their best day in and day out to keep crime low in our community, we did see a 5% uptick in the overall crime rate. However, as I pointed out last year, overall crime in Paramount continues to be at historic lows. And I like to point out that the uptick we experience is in line, or in some cases, lower than what many communities saw last year, and it was lower than the Lakewood regional area increase of 10% and the overall county increase of 7%. Now, there was some good news as certain crime categories saw a decrease. Aggravated assault dipped 7%, burglary dropped by 8%, and grand theft auto fell by a whopping 20%. Our public safety team is forever vigilant and pledges to keep a lid on crime this year, but they cannot do it alone. They need the help of the public and definitely got that help in 2016. Our Neighborhood Watch program continued to be a help to the force with 17 Neighborhood Watch meetings and 403 participants. We work with the local homeless outreach group, Kingdom Causes. Kingdom Causes is a nonprofit located in Bellflower, and they partner with other organizations in the region to provide services to the homeless. Along with our public safety department and the sheriff's department, Kingdom Causes is working to identify homeless individuals living in Paramount and then provide them with services to find permanent housing. As we all know, homelessness is definitely a county-wide, if not a statewide epidemic, so Paramount is definitely not alone in this. We did something unique in 2016 in response to the officer-involved shootings across the country. We were approached by Pastor Grady Jones to help host a Unity in the Community educational forum at his New Commandment Baptist Church. This was an opportunity for law enforcement and members of the community led by clergy to come together to discuss ways to form a better understanding of one another. The sheriff's deputies were able to discuss reasons for why they need to do what they do, and community members got to explain their feelings to the deputies. A similar event was also held at Emmanuel Reformed Church and was equally successful. I'd like to say a special thanks to all the people who are trying their hardest each day to keep our communities safe. And as I said earlier, it takes a team effort by those who are willing to lend a hand and do what's best for their community. As you can see, it's the men and women of the Sheriff's Department, the non-sworn city and support staff, as well as the nonprofit groups, the neighborhood watch members, and the clergy leaders. So while we're on a road, it's always nice to communicate with friends and family about how things are going. And this used to be, for some of you that may remember, by a simple postcard mailed through U.S. mail. But now it's by FaceTime or through social media avenues like Facebook and Snapchat. The city did a lot of that this year through our public engagement efforts. Our social media following grew in 2016, and here are the impressive numbers that really show this growth. Also in the area of social media, we started a new video series with some of our talented young recreational kids. They've actually gained a kind of mini celebrity status in the community as they film themselves visiting city events and advertising our programs. I'd like to share with you real quick one of their videos that is posted on our YouTube channel and our social media sites.
We are here at the ribbon cutting ceremony for the rededication of downtown Paramount.
It was a new project to help modernize our landscaping, lighting, and signage. It has brought upon a lot of attention with new restaurants such as Hiccups, Jamba Juice, IHOP, and many more.
Cheers to the future of Paramount.
We also took our show on the road as the mayor had the idea of starting a mobile city council. Each quarter, we pick a quadrant of the city, we jump on a bus, and the 5 council members and executive staff take a tour of that area. We then end up at a specific location, usually at one of our parks, and we have a meet and greet with the residents that show up. We get the word out to nearby neighborhoods about a week in advance that we will be at the local park. It's been very, very helpful to the city council to hear firsthand just what the issues residents are facing, and it's been a perfect way for us to engage the community. We received some very positive feedback from residents about the mobile city council tour. We also started a new program in 2016 to honor the men and women from Paramount who currently serve in our armed services. The Military Banner Program recognizes local heroes with a street banner like you see here. The banner has their name and their branch of the military that they are serving in. So far, 35 banners have been hung on Paramount Boulevard between Somerset and Rosecrans. The families of these brave men and women truly appreciate the recognition of their loved ones. We took a giant step in 2016 to engage the youth of our community, and this was one of the city's more proud moments. We formed our first youth commission. The commission is comprised of 15 high school students from Paramount, and it is a combined effort between the city and the 5 service clubs that are operating in town. They meet on a monthly basis, and they've already given us lots of helpful ideas about how to communicate with the youth of our community, both on and off campus. They are also going to be very helpful with city events and service club functions, and I gotta say, folks, that they are a group of bright young women and young men who could someday be our leaders. We're very happy to have them as part of our city family. The mayor mentioned a little bit about air quality. When driving along on our journey, there can be instances when the worst case happens. You lose your wallet and all your money. Or your car breaks down in the middle of nowhere and you get it towed to the worst and most expensive mechanic ever. These are metaphors for the sobering news that we received from the AQMD in late October 2016. And as you all know, the AQMD detected extremely high levels of the toxin hexavalent chromium coming from 2 businesses in the industrial end of town. This caused a flurry of activity among the media and the regulatory agencies to come into town and investigate what some refer to as, quote, just the next pollution episode to hit Southeast Ella County. However, knowing Paramount as I know it, the city where I started my full-time career 23 years ago, being labeled as, quote, the next pollution episode to hit Southeast LA County will not stand for a community and a city council that expects more. For a community that has faced challenges, and we're talking, folks, grave challenges in the past, and has always come out on top, the latest challenge was a rallying cry. When AQMD came to us in the summer of 2016 to discuss their plan to expand monitoring in our industrial area, we bent over backwards to accommodate their needs to get the monitoring devices installed on utility poles in our public right-of-way as quickly as possible. Then, when AQMD discovered the spike in late October, we immediately went to work offering whatever resource they would accept to find the source of this pollution. This included city code enforcement officers who put their caseload aside for 2 whole weeks to dedicate their time to the effort. We also offered exclusive use of our facilities to the inspection teams for inspection briefings and to the administrative staff of AQMD to give public presentations. We formed this City Council Air Quality Subcommittee to develop policy ideas within the city's authority. We authorized $50,000 to purchase air monitors that AQMD will maintain for the long term. We passed a moratorium on new metal-related businesses in town and for the expansion of existing metal-related businesses. We hired consultants specializing in environmental issues to empower the city to be an active partner with the regulating agencies and to keep our residents informed. We reached out to our federal, state, and county elected representatives. We attended and addressed and testified at board meetings and hearings to express the city's constant and profound concerns. We launched an online community information portal on issues related to air quality in town. Now, this is just a short list, and we continue to work proactively every way we can with AQMD and other agencies and the community at large until these concerns are resolved. And from the looks of the latest air monitoring readings, AQMD may be getting close, we sincerely hope, to resolving this. As I said earlier, it is the persistent attitude that this community has that keeps us going, even through the most difficult times. Times like these will show that our community once again can and will overcome great challenges that we are faced with. During our road trip, we need to be fully educated on where we're going, or we may end up here like Clark Griswold did in vacation. I bet Clark wishes he had GPS back then. During 2016, education was still a priority as we continued our close relationship with the Paramount Unified School District. Our STAR after-school program at 15 campuses continues to be at capacity with kids getting homework help that is closely tied to the school district's curriculum. The kids also are required to actively participate in physical fitness. No couch potato video gaming allowed here. In regards to our PEP scholarship program, as Dr. Perez mentioned, we actually raised a total of $135,000. Of that, 87, as she mentioned, went to scholarships, and that was donated by the majority coming from generous businesses here. Thank you very much. Of this amount, the schools themselves raised $20,000, but I also want to give a special shout out to Jackson School for raising a phenomenal $10,000 during our annual Pennies for PEP fundraising drive. All of this helped us to give out 24 scholarships, 24 scholarships to Paramount College students. Over the life of the program, $728,000 has been raised and 250 scholarships have been given out. Very, very impressive numbers. So as we continue on our journey, we may need the help of others to make it to our destination. And in 2016, we were fortunate to get the help from some community partners. We worked with the Tepic Sister Cities to establish the city's first ever Dia de los Niños at Paramount Park. The event was attended by hundreds of people and included children's games and activities, stage entertainment, food booths, and an Easter Bunny photo booth. Our quarterly pitch-in Paramount had another successful year. During the 4 events, we had 376 volunteers help clean up parts of the city, haul away trash, paint out graffiti, and do exterior home repairs for those in need. Many of these volunteers came from our churches and our high school clubs like the Junior ROTC. And we can't forget the hard work that many of you chamber members put into the Red Cross smoke alarm installation event. During the 4 events last year, close to 1,300 smoke alarms were installed in many homes throughout town. And thanks to you, hundreds of Paramount families can sleep peacefully knowing that they have a working smoke detector in their homes. As we near the end of our long road trip and look back at it, we realize that some of the most memorable moments were the events we attended during our vacation. Well, this was true with the community events that the city hosted in 2016. We started a new Concert in the Park series during the summer months that also featured a food truck row. This was our first attempt as we tried to bring a wide range of music to our community at no charge. The big hit was when the Mariachi Divas played. Over 250 people brought their lawn chairs and blankets out to hear the lovely sounds of this group. We're building on the success that we had last year, and we're hoping for even larger crowds next year. During 2016, we didn't forget our pooches and our kitties last year as we partnered with our local animal control agency and held the city's first ever pet fair. The fair was an opportunity to get pets vaccinated and for their owners to learn about a variety of pet tips. We also revamped and relocated the farmers market to Progress Park. The market now has enhanced offerings, is much larger, and it has better attendance than the previous market. We are averaging anywhere between 12 to 14 vendors that consist of vegetable and fruit vendors, hot food vendors, craft vendors, and more. It is open every Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Last year, we also took a look at some of our long-standing city events and added a little something to them. At the Halloween Carnival, we produced a brand new haunted house. The community center was transformed into a very scary scene. I love that picture, by the way. At Breakfast with Santa, we built a Santa cabin for photos. And as you can see here, this truly looked like a real log cabin complete with a fireplace for Santa to sit by. We did this to offer the community a less expensive photo alternative to the shopping mall. The photos were professionally taken and they were only $10, with half of the proceeds going to the PEPS Scholarship Fund. And finally, we started preparations to mark the city's 60th anniversary. The celebration kicked off with a birthday cake and historical display at the last city council meeting. And I hope you all had a chance to see the historical display in the room across the hall. We also held a contest in the graphic design program at Paramount High School for the official 60th anniversary logo. And the winner of it was Ms. Jasmine Soloranzo. She's shown here with her teacher, Ernesto Jacobo. We're all very excited for the 2 community events, and here's the logo that Jasmine made. Again, we're all very excited for the 2 community events we have coming up to celebrate our 60 years of incorporation, the 1950s Sock Hop in March and the Heritage Festival in June. We hope to see all you there. Well, thanks again for joining me on our road trip through 2016. Although the long and winding road isn't always perfectly paved, we stay firm and steady at the wheel, navigating those potholes and detours and other hazards, always, though, with an eye on the bright horizon and an appreciation for the remarkable route before us. Thank you.